Hey y'all, I'm Howard Wiley, resident artistic director at SFJAZZ, here for Drop the Needle. Before we do that, where do you guys park? Because I just got extorted parking on the street. Yeah. Johnny Hodges. Woo! That was a tune by Cat Anderson, one of the most important trumpet men of his generation and of Duke Ellington's ensemble. And this verve output at the end of Johnny Hodges' career when he came back to Duke Ellington's band is so amazing. He would typically use Duke's band members, but he also did wild stuff. You know, it's a killing verve record with him and Ron Carter and Freddie Waits. You hear and feel the sense of humanity in his sound, the beauty, the not beauty. We all attribute Coleman Hawkins to his knowledge and his influence making the tenor saxophone popular. But Johnny Hodges was the first worldwide mimicked saxophone player, after the saxophone being the runt of the European musical community and now being thrusted to the forefront of jazz. Johnny Hodges was silk. Johnny Hodges was smooth. Johnny Hodges was, you know, after that successful Friday night and you wake up Saturday morning and have breakfast. Johnny Hodges was that. Johnny Hodges is something you could put on for your mama, you could put on to make babies. Johnny was the man. Man, Bishop Norman Williams. Wow. So many memories, so many stories, so many ass kickings, and so much love. I remember this song because he would bring this out and we would play this a lot. And Bishop was a guy that would take the young cats under his wing. And if you were playing and you were on the path, he'd come in and say, hey, little brother, come on and check this out. And he was also a personality of personalities. One of the founders of the Church of John Coltrane in San Francisco, and a guy who's lived 5 or 6 incredible lives. My mentor, Bill Stewart from Chicago, moved to the Bay Area, and he was like, okay, I'm gonna be bebop king around the Bay Area, you know, in San Francisco. I heard Bishop Norman Williams, he was like, well, I guess I'm gonna work on playing ballads now, because there's no way I'm gonna be messing with that dude. Bishop's range of the music and vocabulary was so amazing, and his personality. He would call me Wiley. Wiley, Wiley, how you doing, Wiley? Ha 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 ha. Wiley, what's going on? Yeah, yeah. True individual, and encompass so much about the creativity that is typically only found in the Bay Area. Nothing against everybody sings Detroit, y'all bad, you know, Houston, y'all bad, but we have a very, very, very serious thing with creativity here. And that's Bishop. Woo! Dr. Mulatu. Ethiopian music is different, and it's different in such a natural and organic way. It is some of the most creative ways of thinking and creative ways of using harmony. I first got introduced to Dr. Mulatu through the Ethio-folk when I was playing in Lauryn Hill's band. And she was like, check out this stuff, check out this crazy funk. And it totally blew our minds. I got an opportunity to play with Dr. Mulatu the last time he played in the Bay Area. And he didn't really like me at first. He was just like, whatever. I started playing, he started checking it out. Then we just became the best of friends. We started talking about his work with Duke Ellington, putting his work down on Duke's band, his work with John Coltrane. And right before the pandemic happened, he was like, Howard, man, do you want to join the band? Do you want to do some more playing? I was like, Doctor, it'd be a complete and utter honor. COVID-19, I hate you, bro. John Handy. Oh my God, John Handy. One of the most ridiculous saxophone players, our living legend here in the Bay Area. Like, his tone is so sharp, his rhythm is so sharp, but it's smooth. You know, I think that's the thing that Charles Mingus heard in his playing. And Mingus's last great band, that was John Handy. Mingus's last great alto saxophonist, and that's a legacy alto saxophone, from Eric Dolphy to Charles McPherson to John Handy. I first met John when I was 13. I took the saxophone like a fish in water. The word got around, and so he invited me to come sit in with him at Rosella's Jazz Club when it was on California and Divisadero. And I'll never forget it, because I only knew like 6 tunes at the time. Yeah, I was 13, could have brought some slack. And man, I learned so much. We were talking about that creative Bay Area thing, how you can blend so many different worlds. You hear a song, Hard Work, it's a completely different vibe than this. You hear the various instruments, completely different vibe. You hear them with Charles Mingus, completely different vibe. And that's a Bay Area thing, and I love it so much. Make sure you take a picture of this the back of this album cover. Look at Big Bro. Cats ain't hitting like that no more, man. Like, it's something about that period. Like when the Cats first hit the scene, it's like they had something to prove. They were hitting. Because you got Mulgrew Miller coming out the Duke Ellington band, coming out of Art Blakey's band, playing in Tony Williams' band. You got Ralph Peterson, hailing from Philly, trumpet player, also killing drummer. Oh, and big shout out to Big Chief, Big Bro TB on that, who's the artistic director here at SFJAZZ. Glad we got one of the OGs up in here. It's the most valuable thing one could have when you look at the history and the legacy of jazz music. Everybody apprenticeshipped. I remember when I was young, Steve Coleman, one of my mentors, was like, man, hook up with the OGs in your area and learn how to play. Hopefully we're coming out of this era, but it's like been a thing, and I get in a lot of trouble because I call our local jazz station when it's time to donate and say, just say no to boring jazz, you know, because I've had to leave many concerts to salvage date night. Because it's, you know, when I get that look from my wife and she's like, you know what's not happening if we don't leave. I'm like, it is time to go. It is time to go. Y'all boring jazz solos is not gonna mess up my night. Eddie Marshall. Eddie Marshall. So many memories. I got to meet him when I was an early teenager. I was a student at the Stanford Jazz Workshop. I would spend time with the drummers, and just hang out with Eddie Marshall. And man, such a loving, wonderful, giving person, so encouraging. But the thing I love most about him was that love and joy that comes out in his music. You hear it when you listen to those Freddie Hubbard stuff from the Keystone, his association with Bobby Hutcherson, who spent so much time in the Bay Area. Living out here, everybody thinks we missed a lot. And I was like, nah, I didn't miss a lot. Bobby Hutcherson was out here a lot. Billy Higgins was out here a lot. Eddie Marshall was here. He lived here. I can just go down the street and hear Eddie Marshall play 5 nights a week and go sit in if I wanted to, because he was that loving. You know what I'm saying? George Cables was out here for a long time. Tony Williams lived out here. You know, it's a very special thing that we have in the Bay Area. Going through all these records just make me realize how blessed and fortunate I am to have such close access. The path that I took to get here has given me the ability to create a sound and play various styles that only you can get from being out here. I don't know if it's the water. I personally think it's that organic produce we get, you know what I'm saying? Because that kale in New York is not kale at all. It is very bad. It's very wilty. Even though it says organic, I don't believe it. Like any of these cats was eating kale, but you know.
Hey everyone, Terrence Blanchard here. Thanks for watching this video. If you dug it, be sure to give it a like or leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We've got lots more videos coming out soon. Last note, if you want to watch some amazing concerts filmed at our venue, head over to our website and check out SF Jazz at Home. Thanks for your support and stay tuned.